Moses also directed to dress Aaron and his sons in the priestly garments and to anoint them too. The verse there first and foremost requires that Moses brings them close. In other words, kind of whether they want to or not, they have to assume this role. What happened to free will? Maybe they don't want to. Maybe it's something that scares them. Little mistakes here and there that we might not even notice when you're a Kohen and when you're serving in the tabernacle or temple can have very, very severe consequences for the Jewish people in general and for you in particular. But the reality is that every single person has a soul. The soul is a literal part of God. A literal part of God that certainly wants to do only that which God wants. And so, even when a person doesn't want to do something, says that and genuinely says, I don't want to do this, if it's something that God has commanded him to do, the reality is that deep down inside he does want to do it. It's that there's a whole bunch of schmutz, in essence, on the diamond that is his soul. The diamond is still intact, it's still as beautiful as ever, just it's what's called verschmutzt. It's made dirty. When we get rid of that dirt, we reveal the fact that he wanted to do this all along. Therefore, Moses is charged with first and foremost making sure that the Kohanim, that Aaron and his sons, see and realize that in fact they do want to assume the role of Kohen, and then they are dressed in their clothes. The sixth aliyah. This aliyah describes Moses' fulfillment of the above-mentioned directives. The seventh aliyah. Moses completed the proper placement of the tabernacle vessels. When Moses finished this task, a cloud of glory and the divine presence filled the tabernacle. This cloud also served as the Jews' guide throughout their desert sojourn. When the cloud lifted, the people would travel, following the cloud until it rested, where they would set up camp until the cloud would lift again. Based on a particularity and a peculiarity of the verse, the commentaries explain that even an encamping, even a rest, is part of the subsequent travel. And so this is not only germane to the 42 travels of the Jewish people in the desert, but in fact it is why we were in Egypt in the first place and why we are in the current exile. A rest is the first step of the subsequent journey from where you come. And so when we consider going down to Egypt, seemingly that's a horrible thing. Why would we ever go there? But that descent was for the purpose of the eventual ascent of leaving Egypt, receiving the Torah, having a tabernacle, and all of the things that we've described in the book of Exodus. The similar concept, of course, can and is applied to our current exile. Why in the world would we be in exile? It's horrible. But the kind of descent that we have experienced for 2,000 years in our current exile only means that the ascent, which is its purpose, is going to be that much greater.